So as y'all know, man, scoring in the NBA right now is crazy. Yeah, guys throwing up 50 balls like it's nothing. Guys putting up 70 points, and they're doing it a lot more frequently than they did before this era. I think there are a couple reasons for that, but I think the biggest reason to me personally is the spacing. Um, a lot of NBA fans know this, but for a casual fan, I kind of want to give you a visual example. So I got two quick films to break down today, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by spacing, why it matters so much. So this is the Bulls versus Celtics in '91. As y'all know, Jordan and Larry Bird had a crazy battle. What's the first thing you notice about this clip? Look at the spacing. I mean, you can count the jerseys that are touching this green. He's almost touching it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are in the paint area right here. This guy's almost there. He's got to be here in a minute. So I'm gonna play this clip and watch how it gets even tighter. Look at this. When he drives, look at this. They're all in there. They're all in this painted area. So there's a couple reasons why they can play defense like this. First of all, you won't worry too much about these guys in the perimeter shooting threes. Even if they were in the perimeter, but these two are in the paint, you won't worry too much about Scotty and other guys shooting too many threes. If Michael Jordan drives and kicks out, so they can help. They can help strong side corner. If this guy's in the corner here, they usually help over here. They can help that weak side a lot more. So you can have 5 guys that are on the other team in the paint at the same time. That's not including Jordan's teammates. There's 2 in here right now. This lane is super condensed. So when he drives here, it just gets even tighter. They all just collapse even more. So here's a random game I chose from last night. The Bucks played the Warriors. The Warriors end up winning this game. But what's the first thing you notice about this clip? There is one guy, Jonathan Kuminga. He's the only one touching the paint right now. And Giannis is out here, which Draymond can be a little further back if he wants to. He probably will drop back here in a minute. But everybody's still worried about their man and shooting threes if there's so much spacing. Malik Beasley's over here. He can shoot. Jay Crowder can shoot. Brook Lopez can shoot. And we all know Dame can shoot. So when they run this action here, the paint's already open. See a little DHO screen into a layup. The paint wasn't nearly as condensed as it was when Jordan played. Now, those are just 2 random clips I picked. You know, you can probably pick any game from the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, and it'll be the same thing with condensed spacing. You know, probably 8 guys in the paint at one time because the other players weren't as skilled as they are today, so they weren't really worried about the kick-out 3. They weren't really worried about stuff like that. So they can all help off their offensive players a lot more. Guys today, the reason we're seeing these huge scoring games and players are exploding for 50, 60, 70 points, you're giving the most skilled players in the world all the space to operate that they need. You know, you don't want to help off strong side corner or not as much off weak side corner because those guys can shoot threes now, and a 3 is more than 2. So you're giving those guys all the space they need to operate, so yeah, they're going to score a lot more points. Now, you can't really say that players that don't play defense. Like I just said, they all have all the spacing in the world. Guarding the best player in the world one-on-one by yourself on an island is not very easy. So they're going to get scored on because you can't really help off your offensive player that much. So when an old head tells you that Jordan would dominate in today's game, he might be right. You give one of the most athletic players, offensively skilled players, all the space that they have today, you can't really help off him, he probably would get buckets like that, even more than averaging 30 a game like he did back then. But let's not fool ourselves here. The reason these huge scoring games is happening is the fans' fault. You know, the fans want to see more highly scored games, so they took out the hand checking. The players have freedom of movement like never before. They added the 3 seconds in the lane so players can wait for a player to leave. They can get in there and score. And I think what kind of happened with the fan aspect of the game is we wanted to see more scoring, but now that the league has kind of listened to us and made things better for the offensive side of basketball, now we're missing the defensive side. We're like, oh man, these guys are scoring too easy. But you know, that started with us. We want to see a more high-scoring game. We won. Now we want to see more defense. And I'm not saying either side is wrong or right. I'm just saying we dictate what happens with the game, is all I'm saying. And I think we just need to find a happy medium, kind of, you know, just maybe introduce hand checking again. Leave 3 seconds in the game, but maybe you can just hand check so there's less freedom of movement, so we have some more defense. You know, kind of dictate where the offensive player goes a lot more. You don't get cooked on ISO so much. But yeah, so until something like that happens, we're going to continue to see guys score 50, 60, 70 points, and maybe 80, maybe 100 points, something like that. So the point of this video is to basically say it's not so much as the defense fault as to why we're seeing such high-scoring games. It's because the offense is spread out the floor so much because of skill and shooting. So as long as the game is going like that, scores is going to keep going up. Maybe we add in hand checking, maybe not, but That's how the game's going to be until we change it. If you made this far in the video, go ahead, like, subscribe, do all that nonsense. But if you didn't, you're fake, but you're not good anyway. Anyway, stay blessed.